I'm going to be taking you around a little bit of my day, and I thought I'd do a what I eat in the day. Look at that. Look at it. And this is seriously the best brunch I've ever had. Oh, about a K in. It is so warm. We are struggling a little bit. It's the weekend. I'm on my period. I'm just craving it, and there's nothing wrong with having that. What's up, guys? Welcome back to another video. I'm gonna be taking you around a little bit of my day, and I thought I'd do a what I eat in the day on the weekend. It is freaking hot right now. It has been so hot for the past week. It is kind of raining off and on, and the humidity is just through the roof. So we are struggling a little bit. And we just got back from the markets. So I'm going to show you what I got at the markets. And we love to do a bit of a brunch on a Saturday morning. It's kind of become our family tradition. So I'm going to show you my epic brunch. I absolutely love this, and even though it is really healthy, it's delicious. So let's get into the video. So this is like pretty much my market haul. We did get there a little bit late. So I've got courgette, lots of tomato, which I love. We got given, I don't even know what this is. I think it's watercress. Got given some of that, some little eggplants, always lots of avocados. Got a kama, which I'll grate up and put in some kind of like burrito lettuce cups. Lots and lots of basil. I wish you guys could smell this. This smells so amazing. Do you want to help me put some stuff away? Cool. You want to do avocado or tomato? You can do tomato. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, what are you doing? Riley's pants in the pool. Great. Okay, so when we do our brunch, we always do some like reheated or air fried steamed potatoes. So I would normally try and make the steamed potatoes the night before, but I didn't. So I'm just going to show you what I do for that. It's super easy. So all I've got is just like a real old-fashioned steamer, and I've got my potatoes in there. So when they're done, then I'll just put them into my air fryer. Easy. So pretty much everyone says to put basil in a glass kind of jar and put it like you would a bouquet of flowers on your bench. But what I've found, I don't know if it's just the climate or I don't know what it is, but I've just found that it goes bad really quickly when I do that. So basil specifically, I'll put it into something like this, and because it is quite sealed, I actually find that this lasts up to a week. So this is what I do, and I'll just wash it before I use it. What it looks like, my potatoes, and I'm going to can you please cook up some beans? Got some baked beans.
Baked beans.
I love these beans. Do I have these? Sounds good. Teamwork. Five. Nice. And the star of this dish is scrambled tofu. So I don't really use a recipe, I just kind of put stuff in until it tastes good, but I just wing it, yeah. So you want to have some firm-ish tofu. I like the firm one anyway. I like it firm. Put a little bit of soy milk so that it doesn't dry out. There we go. And check on this. Ooh, they're looking good. Oh, that was hot. I was fogged up. I was very fogged up. Okay, so this is what we've got. We've got our potatoes, super easy. Some baked beans, which obviously easy as. Roasted tomatoes. And our tofu. Look at that. Look at it.
Like, and
So
have a
good.
little photo of mine.
You enjoying that?
Yes. Yeah.
You like that too, eh?
Mm-hmm.
Every single cafe that I've been to and had a brunch in has absolutely been loaded with oil. And this is seriously the best brunch I've ever had. No oil in this, mostly whole foods. Like the beans have got a little bit of sugar in there. Apart from that, you've got tofu, you've got potatoes, tomatoes. So it's not a 50-50 plate, but it's still got some veggies in there. And this is a fantastic way to have an amazing kind of brunch or a bit more of a special meal that is relatively, compared to a normal cafe meal, low in calories and mostly whole foods and super filling. This keeps me full. Like I'll have a snack in the afternoon, but because it's 12:15 now, so this is going to be like a big meal that will probably mostly last me till dinner time. So good. I love that this has become,
highlight of the week.
this has like become our tradition now.
It's the best thing. It's like one of the things that I would have at a cafe. I love it, especially the scrambled tofu.
Yeah, well I've never had a meal this good at a cafe.
No.
How's it going?
Good. Look how high I am.
Wow. Oh, about okay in. It is so warm. We're getting it done. That's the main thing. I'm done. I'm so done. We've gotten home and now we're going to have some watermelon.
I just sit here too.
I've got a kombucha.
Again.
Chili, lime. A little bit of lime on.
Again. Yum.
Cooking dinner now, and I'm going to make a creamy kind of mushroom pasta because I've been looking in my fridge every day, seeing these mushrooms and just craving a pasta. So it's the weekend, I'm on my period, I'm just craving it, and there's nothing wrong with having that. So I'm going to add a ton of veggies. It's going to be a little bit higher in calories because I am going to add like a cashewy kind of sauce. But yeah, tons of veggies still in it, and what I've done so far is I'm just cooking up onion here, and I've got my water. Just going to use some regular kind of spaghetti, wheat spaghetti, and I've got a ton of garlic. I've got lots of garlic. I'm going to put in a capsicum, courgette, and lots of mushrooms. So I've got most of my stuff in here, cooking away. Got our pasta, and I'm also going to put some of these in my air fryer just to have it as a bit of a side. I'm now going to add it to this mix. Pasta's nearly done. And then I'll probably need more, but I'll get pasta water to add more pasta water to it. Ooh. So it's looking like this. I'm going to put lots of basil. So this is what it turned out like. Yum. Not bad.
It's delicious.
Delicious.
I really like this as a dessert because the frozen blueberries kind of make the yogurt kind of like a bit more frozen, or like kind of freezes around it. Oh, you can't really see. And I think this is just like a great little dessert that I have, I don't know, just whenever we have yogurt. I haven't had this for months, but yeah, really delicious, and I can't wait to eat this. I'm gonna read my book and eat my dessert. Alright, so let's have a little chat about the meals that I'm eating today, and just also the fact that I am running pretty much every day and how that relates to weight loss. So what you're going to notice is that I've only had two full meals today, or I only will have two full meals because I had the brunch in there, which was extremely filling, and I didn't really feel like I needed to have anything apart from like a little snack, and then I had a big dinner. So the thing about this is I don't think that these meals are particularly weight loss meals per se. They're not full of a ton of vegetables. They could be lower in calorie density than they are, which would lower the overall calories. But here's my reasoning for the kind of meals that I eat. Number one, I'm not actively trying to lose weight. I'm trying to maintain my weight. So I do have a little bit more flexibility there. Overall though, I do still have to eat very different from when I did at the start of my weight loss journey, when I wasn't losing any weight, because my calorie needs have changed as I've become a smaller person. This is going to happen to everyone as they lose weight. They're going to start off needing to consume more calories in the beginning to maintain their weight than they will once they've lost it, because basic thermodynamics here, you simply need less energy to move a smaller mass. Number two, these meals are great as weekend meals. I would normally be eating a ton more veggies than this, but as weekend meals, when I'm more likely to want to go and splash out, I think it's great to find a bit of a balance there. I think it's good to find something that you're going to enjoy doing, that you can maintain doing, so that you have a better weekend than what you would if you didn't. I'm not aiming for a perfect weekend in terms of weight loss. I'm aiming, and I haven't for most of my journey, I've aimed for meals that are better than what I would have done in the past. So if you are starting out and you're finding that you are struggling on the weekends to eat healthy, eat your broccoli, get your veggies in, then maybe release yourself from that pressure and instead go, oh, how can I take my favorite cafe meal that I would normally go and eat that would be laden with oil? How could I recreate that at home in a way that is 100 times healthier, but maybe it's not broccoli and potatoes? Do you see what I'm saying here? You want to improve your current habits rather than try and get them perfect right now. And you can obviously try and get them perfect, but after helping hundreds of women lose weight, and you can probably see some of them right here who have just joined the Lean or Plants membership that I run, it doesn't seem to work for most people. Aiming for perfection only really works when you actually do it, and most of us don't, because we're fighting human nature. At the end of the day, weight loss is because of a calorie deficit. So you have a lot of freedom within that concept to look at how you can create that for you. You do not have to eat 100% like me. You do not have to eat like some vegan influencer or cut out fat out of your diet. You simply need to lower the calories from your specific starting point, because if you are currently maintaining your weight right now, it means that you are eating at your maintenance calories. All you need to do to get into a calorie deficit is lower from your starting point. And if you want to know how to do that without knowing a specific calorie number, then check out this video that I did here. And I know people are going to ask about the fact that I am running 5 kilometers a day and how that has influenced my weight loss and exercise and all that kind of thing. Exercise as a whole does not seem to influence weight loss very much. Mostly because exercise is a very small amount of your calorie burn. So even if you increase that a little bit, you tend to offset that by eating slightly more because you're slightly hungrier, and then also moving slightly less. And the movement that you have throughout the day through fidgeting and walking and cleaning, that's a larger proportion of your overall calorie burn than any kind of intense exercise that you're doing. And actually that movement, which is called your non-exercise activity thermogenesis, that accounts for 40 to 50% in the variation of calorie needs between individuals. So what that means is if you see someone or you know someone that seems like they can eat whatever they want and never gain weight, they're probably a world-class fidgeter. They probably just have a much higher NEAT than you do. That's much more influential than your height, your weight, and your age. So I committed to running 5 kilometers a day because my husband was doing a challenge. There's a whole lot of things in that challenge. I'm not going to get into that. But I thought this would be a great time for me to do some kind of challenge while he's doing that for 90 days. And I have an amazing friend called Bree who committed to running 5 kilometers a day. She's actually a previous Lean with Plants member. And I saw how this transformed her habits and her life over the course of like 100, 200 days-ish. And I thought that would be something so cool to see how doing something very difficult, well, not very difficult, but doing something difficult and pushing yourself to get out there every day, how that would influence my habits. Like that was the thing that I really wanted to see, and that's the reason that I've committed to doing this for 90 days. As I've been running 5 kilometers a day, I've found that I've built a lot of trust in myself where I can actually go out and do something difficult. And I want to point out here that I have a bit of a base of, being able to run, and like I've done a couple of half marathons and trained at various times. Like I wasn't training before this because I was strength training and then ended up quitting the gym, which I'm not going to get into why, but if you listen to the podcast then you probably know why. And so this was just something that I wanted to do to kind of replace that habit where I used to be going to the gym 4 times a week. The fascinating thing is, since starting this, I have massively improved my running speed. I was able to run under 25 minutes for that 5 kilometers, which is a number and a speed that I could have never conceived of before. And that's not even by really intentionally getting faster or pushing myself. It's really just that consistency and getting a little bit faster on and off, and now feeling like I'm at that kind of base fitness where I can push it a little bit more. That has been something that has taught me so much about how consistency over time is far more important than one-off effort. And I talk about this a lot on YouTube and in the Lean with Plants membership, that consistent habits will always get you to the goal. You need to focus on building those consistent habits because those things stack up over time. Whereas one-off effort, no matter how intense it is, doesn't really bring a lot of results because it is not as powerful as the multitude of habits stacked on top of each other. I think now when I look at how many Ks that I've run in total, it's over 140 and I'm entering week 5. That's a lot of kilometers, but just by going out and doing 5Ks a day, I've gotten here, which is crazy. I also noticed, surprisingly, since I started running and since Nick has started his challenge, which involves like not having any snacks or dessert, that I actually have lost a little bit of weight. I don't know all the factors in this because a lot of things have changed. I also got a walking desk, so I'm moving more, because I think that NEAT is incredibly important. If you want to hear a podcast episode about why NEAT is so important and why you should be focusing on it more than weight loss for exercise, then I've linked that down there. But it has been interesting to see that my physique actually has changed a little bit, and I'm going to hypothesize that some of that actually is from running, because my base level of movement was so low before I started doing that there's almost nothing to offset it by. Like, my habits have gotten better because I'm not having dessert, and I'm also moving more. So in my instance specifically, I don't think there's a lot of offset. I don't know, it's just a hypothesis. If you would like me to do like a bit of a physique update, or just talk about how my body's changed and kind of how it's changed in various stages of my weight loss journey, then drop it in the comments. Let me know if you'd be interested in something like this. I'm going to leave it here, but I just wanted to explain a little bit about my day, because I hate it when influencers just show you what they do and then you're left feeling confused about why, or why that's worked, or kind of where it fits in, what it means. So hopefully this has helped you to kind of understand where I'm coming through in the foods that I've eaten today, and how this differs from my weekly foods as well, and why I'm running 5 kilometers a day, because I know to some people that does sound like a lot of work. Also, let me know if you do find this kind of thing helpful, because I do really want these videos to be valuable and helpful for you, and I've no interest in just showing you some kind of perfect life, because I definitely don't have that. My goal here is to give you real solid information that you can take and apply to your specific situation, because we're all living with our own struggles, our own backgrounds, and I 100% believe that you can succeed on your weight loss journey, on your journey to gaining health, and that I 100% believe that that is going to come down to you making incremental progress. That's why I'm so passionate about you being able to make incremental progress, rather than just trying to fit some kind of perfect mold that you think that I'm doing, or you think that someone else is doing online.